Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends. Happy February 20th. It's just after 9 o'clock Central Time. And today of course, are going to talk about marketing, but we're going to talk about some questions I've been getting recently, privately, in regards to things like traffic. And not just things like ad traffic, things like other traffic sources that you possibly have not considered tapping into. This world of internet marketing that we are in is getting harder and harder to get things done, if you will. And I work with several clients, and we are spending a ton of time. I guess one of the things we spend a lot of time on is where can we get traffic? Where can we get new people in? Where can we get things for free? Where can we get people cheaply? Where can we get people that we know want to buy? These are just always constantly questions that I'm hearing that we're getting privately. And so today I thought we would talk about that. I thought we would talk about maybe some traffic ideas that you haven't considered, or that you maybe that you want to go back and look at again, if that makes sense, because I think there's some good free traffic out there, and there are so many things out there that that we are not tapping into. So I think we should revisit that. And this is something that's going to always be an ongoing problem. The more marketers get involved in driving web traffic, the more challenging it's going to be. And I think the main reason is because we've got people just driving really bad web traffic. And I would love your comments on this for those of you that are kind of in the same industry that I'm in. And for those of you that are having challenges, I mean, drop your challenges right there in the comments, and let me know if you're listening right there, or where you're from. That's right. I always want to know where people are from if you're listening. And let's talk about this for a little bit. Let's talk about some of the different ways that we are driving web traffic for different clients that you may not have considered. And if this is a challenge for you, do me a favor, comment below and share this with a friend. But that's going to be our topic today. Okay, traffic. The internet, obviously, I mean, let's just get this out there. The internet is a source of a lot of business. There are people out there who are still using offline sources for traffic, and that's going to happen also. One of our biggest referrals, one of our biggest traffic sources is referral business from happy clients referring us other clients that we can in turn make happy. It's cool. It's fun stuff. But the internet is a reality of our world. And from the day the internet was born, whenever that was, when it was ARPANET, I think, it shows you my age right there. From the day that came into play, marketers have jumped on and always looked for ways to use the things that we get to do for fun. Have always looked for ways to basically monetize that, or to scale it up, or to use it to sell stuff. And that's where the phrase, if you've never heard the phrase, that's where the phrase marketers ruin everything came from, because we really do. Excuse me, got some dry lips there. Marketers really can ruin everything. We take things that are fun and that we do to entertain ourselves, that we do for mental stimulation, and we try to make money off of everything. And it's good in the sense that things have to be paid for. The internet is not free. It may seem free to you when you're at a public library or you're at school or something like that, but it has to be paid for. So advertising is just a fact of life. It really is. But there are good ways to do this, and there are bad ways to do this. And if you are in business, then driving web traffic is a reality of your world. So today I want to focus on some different ways of driving traffic that you possibly have not considered. Now let's cover the obvious ways, okay? Let's cover the ones that you should be doing all the time. I'm a big fan of paid traffic. That should be a given. You should be doing the basic cold traffic, warm traffic, retargeting, using an ad funnel kind of thing. That's a given, okay? You should be doing things on social media like I'm doing, generating content. Content creation, which is a fancy word marketers made up to basically say, just talk about what you know. That's something you should be doing. Email list building and SMS list building. Please make sure you are doing both of those. Again, these are just basic 101 things in marketing that we cover in our training and that we cover when we go into a client. So these are the basics. The one I'm going to emphasize a little bit right here, the SMS marketing, I'm going to be pushing that on you a little bit more because a lot of people are not doing it. And it's just another way to basically get someone's attention, get someone's eyeballs that people aren't really taking advantage of. So we know that we get a ton of email spam. I don't want you to be a spammer. I want you to build a clean email list of people and what they want and get into marketing automation. And of course, I'm a big fan of that tool right there. That'll get you to Ontraport that we use for marketing automation. So again, something else you should be doing for basic. But let's talk about some of the ways, some of the unconventional ways that you probably aren't considering or probably aren't doing enough of when it comes to traffic, because everything we're doing should be driving interested people to some place where they can find out more information about your products or services. One of the ones that comes to mind, which I'm a big fan of, is putting on your own events or going out and doing public speaking. There is no better way to get clients that are easy to work with than them seeing that you know what you're talking about and them hiring you. And so I am just such a huge fan of either going out and researching events to speak at, or doing the marketing to where I get inbound calls from people asking me to speak, or me putting on my own events where I get to share my knowledge with people. And to me, this is some of the best traffic or some of the more interested people because they're seeing you in action. They're getting a free chance for someone to see that you know what you're talking about. And it's a chance for you as a business owner or as a thought leader to address a large group of people at once. When you first go into business, if you get all your business from your local city, you will spend a lot of time going to one-on-one appointments. I'm going to go to this shop. I'm going to go to this hair salon. I'm going to go to this restaurant. I'm going to sit down with this person. I'm going to give them all kinds of time, all kinds of information. And then at the end, we're going to decide if we're going to dance or not. And if not, you know what? That's an hour or two out of your time plus your cost of travel. And you may or may not get the business depending on how good you are. And then you go on 2 or 3 of these a day. And after a while, that's your life. It's just going on local sales calls. Presentations give you more control of that environment and let you get more return for your time. So for example, when I put on like a local event here in Oklahoma City, I can invite 50 people to it, 10 show up. I pick the venue, I pick the room, I pick my presentation, I pick the order, I pick the time slot, I pick the day of the week. I have 100% control over that event. Not only that, I'm getting a great return on my time because I'm not talking to someone one-on-one. I'm talking to 1-on-10 or 1-on-5 or 1-on-50. Some cases, if you're on a big stage, maybe 1 to 5,000 or 1 to 1,000. It just obviously depends. But it's such a good return on your time because that hour that you would normally be doing a one-on-one call, you can be doing a one-on-many call. And it's just a great return, and it gives a lot of people, it gives you a lot of exposure, not only to that base audience, but it gives you exposure for those people to then go out and talk about you. Because if you've convinced them that your way of doing things is the right way, you've built in trust, and then even if they don't hire you, they are going to be good at referring you business. Because I've gotten plenty of business from times, people that saw me speak, told a friend, and that friend came to me and said, hey, my friend saw you do this. They said you were good. We want to hire you. So you've got the primary business, then you've got the tertiary business, or secondary and tertiary business. And this gets especially true if you're really good at pushing someone to do a call to action while you're speaking. Whenever I'm in any kind of front of any room, I love to gather names, business cards, email addresses, and cell phone numbers. I'll gather whatever information I can. I really love business cards that have cell phone numbers on them because by default, business cards have email addresses on them. So now I've got someone's name, I've got information about their business so I can research them. I've got their cell phone number, I've got their email address, I've got all that. So when I'm doing in-person events, maybe more of like a smaller group, I really prefer business cards. So anything under, I'd say probably anything under 50 people, I really like business cards. Now, something else I also really like, which I'm a big fan of, and this works better for larger events, is getting people to take an action on their phone while I am speaking to the room. So there are times where I'll go to an event and, towards the 3/4 of the way through my presentation, I'll say, okay, I want to give this thing to you. Get out your phone, go to your texting app, you know what, and type in this, this, and this, and this, and I will give you this presentation, or I'll give you a worksheet, or I'll give you yada, 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 whatever. And that goes into my CRM, this one right here, Entreport, which is my main CRM these days. And that information goes right in there automatically. I don't have to type it in. And then if I'm really good, I can get some more information about what they were interested in and then kind of do some marketing automation. By the way, real quick, if you are in Oklahoma City, I am speaking about marketing automation. I just remember this. Next month, I believe the 12th or the 13th. Let me pull that up real quick, just in case you're in Oklahoma City. I'm going to be speaking about marketing automation here in the city. And that is going to be, it looks like, anyways, contact me offline. It's not right here, right in front of me, but I know there was a time, there is a time here someplace where I'm going to be speaking in Oklahoma City in March about marketing automation. So it'll be a good time for us to hang out, good time for us to basically, oh, here we go, speak here. So we go on March 5th at about 11:30 in the morning. It looks like I'm speaking for IABC. So if you're in Oklahoma City, join me there, and we can talk all kinds of cool stuff about marketing automation. Okay, sorry for the quick segue there. So public speaking, putting on your own events, things like that is a really good source of traffic, and it's a really good way to get a good return on your time. So that's the first one right there. Another one is, and I'm going to kind of lump these, well, maybe you can consider these two separate things or one thing. It's completely up to you. These days, we have some different marketing automation tools, not this one, but some other marketing automation tools where we can get people a way to get more updates and more information from us. And if you've been to my website, stopdoingnothing.com, anytime recently, you'll notice that when you're in the browser, a little plugin pops up. It actually comes down from the browser. And it says, Stop Doing Nothing, or Patrick Allman wants to keep you up to date with information, with push notifications from your browser. I think this mainly works in Chrome, but it works in the other browsers also. And you can say accept or cancel, and that thing goes away. It's not a WordPress pop-up. It's not a website pop-up. It's just something that kind of drops down from the Chrome right there. That is from a tool called PushCrew. And I even think it says PushCrew on the bottom. And then what that does, it allows me to build a list of website subscribers. And it's not email addresses. It's not phone numbers. It's just people's web browsers. And that list is building for me every single day. And what that means, though, is I can then go into that tool and I can push out an update to those people. And that update instantly pops up on their Chrome browser. And so go look into that. I think I am using the free version of PushCrew, and it's free up to a few thousand members or something like that. But it's just something you install on your website, and then it gives people the option to get push notifications from you. And they, like I said, they show up immediately, and they show up right there in the browser. They can have links in them, and you can track that traffic. And one of the things I've noticed is that list has constantly grown. I'm not going to say it's not growing fast, but over the years, if you will. Well, no, I take that back. I had it off for a while, and then I put it back on. Over the past few months, it's growing consistently. And so that's just a way for me to instantly push information to people if they happen to be sitting in front of their computer on a browser. So that's one way of driving traffic of people that are interested. Another way is the bots. Bots. Bots are really popular. I'm talking mainly Facebook Messenger bots. I use ManyChat for mine. This is the one I'm just getting into, but I find it absolutely fascinating because it gives me a way to interact with people and gather information about them and tag them without me having to be in front of my computer. And again, this is when you go to go to a Facebook page and you want some more information about them, and a little window pops up at the bottom and says, "Hey, Patrick, we noticed you're browsing for something. Can we help you find something?" And you click on accept or subscribe, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden, it guides you through a menuing system where it can get someone a solution. But the cool part about that is once someone opts into that, basically they're giving you permission to communicate with them. And again, like I said, this is something I'm just getting into. So more often than not, I'm actually exploring other people's bots. I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins. And Tony Robbins, whoever runs his fan page, has a really good bot menuing system in there. So basically, it's almost like a mini website in that chat thing where there's like a main menu. And when you click on menu option 1, it takes you off to a sub menu. And it may send you to a website, or it may just send you, to a sub menu where menu option 1 gives you sub menu options A, B, and C. I mean, that's just what it may be in there. But bots are getting incredibly popular. You're seeing a lot of people advertising them and pushing advertising towards you when it comes to bots, saying they are the next best thing. They are just another thing. Like SMS marketing is a thing. Like email marketing is a thing. It's just another tool in your hip pocket for you to use if you've got time and if you've kind of maxed out the other tools. I would actually go for the bot traffic and the bot setup versus the push crew setup first. I kind of those in different order right there. Now, I want you to realize that the bot traffic, first of all, is not AI. If anyone tells you bots are AI, no, it's not AI. It's a pre-designed marketing system that's reacting to things you programmed in it. That is not artificial intelligence. And also, some people get concerned about this because they say, well, it's very cold. You're talking with a robot. You're not talking with a human being. Well, more often than not, the human being doesn't care. And that's been my experience, is the human being doesn't care because even if it is a bot and they know it's a bot, it's guiding them toward what they are looking for. And that's how you design the bot, is you basically filter down what people are looking for, and then you can either send them a link to buy something. You can send them a link to go read up more on something. If you're someone who's really big into marketing automation and gathering information, you can actually gather information about them and then put that over in your CRM right here. So if someone gives you a bunch of answers, you can basically kind of pre-qualify them and put them into some kind of marketing sequence right here in your CRM based on what they do over there when it comes to interacting with your bot. So go over to manychat.com. I have no affiliation, MANY chat.com, and watch some of their free videos. And to me, it was a little bit complicated to set up, and I'm a pretty smart guy, but I think I'm making my way through it. So pretty soon over on the Stop Doing Nothing fan page, I'll have an active bot that kind of guides you to our different training programs based on what you fill in there. So I would highly encourage you to go do that if you would. Not on my bot, go over to ManyChat and watch their free training. ManyChat has a free level and they have free training, and I would jump all over that. There was another traffic source here that I was going to talk to you about, and goodness gracious, it just slipped my mind because I got so excited talking about ManyChat. So we've talked about Push Crew to push down browser notifications. We've talked about ManyChat, and doggone it for the life of me, what was the other one? That's what happens when I don't write down things, is I forget things. And it wasn't SMS marketing because that's marketing 101. It wasn't email marketing because that's also marketing. Oh, quizzes. That's what it was. Quizzes, quizzes, quizzes. This is something else I'm a huge fan of. So if I had priorities on the things that I was talking about today, it would be quizzes. I almost did them backwards. It would be quizzes, bots, and the push crew notifications. I am a fan of any marketing platform that can gather information and be interactive. And that's what quizzes do. I use a tool called Thrive Quiz Builder. You can just go out there and Google it. And Thrive Quiz Builder allows you to, within your WordPress site, to basically build quizzes. I mean, it's pretty simple. Build quizzes. What kind of potato are you? What kind of car do you like? What is your psychological issue? What is your mental issue? What is your physical ailment? All kinds of things. You're qualifying people and then giving them either a score afterwards or asking them for an email address to send them a free report, or both. And in the past years, when I've been experimenting with all the marketing stuff for clients, quizzes has been the one that has been really one of the easier ones to deploy, but at the same time, it's the one that people love. For some reason, people love challenging themselves. They love questions, things like that. I've never been able to figure that out, but quizzes. Well, we all know why quizzes are popular. BuzzFeed made quizzes popular, I think. I don't know. But what's cool about a quiz is, number one, is you can basically help people self-qualify. If you're someone who does physical, let's say you're someone who runs a small CrossFit gym, you're going to have a quiz that is basically going to kind of gauge someone's health level and then gather some information from them and then put them inside your CRM. So think about that. You get an email one day, okay, it's 9:30 Central right now. Let's say I run a small gym. All of a sudden an email pops up at 10 o'clock. Someone took your quiz and basically when they were self-diagnosing themselves or self-rating themselves, out of a score of 1 to 100, they got a score of 43. And here are their quiz. Here's the quiz they took, and here are the answers to everything. You know, do you have this problem? Have you ever had this problem? Do you have this experience in your family? Yada, yada, yada. You ask them, you know, not too many questions, maybe 5 questions with 5 possible responses each. And then they get dumped inside your CRM, and then you know how to market to them. To me, it's just, again, when you can gather information about someone, when they voluntarily give you information and you can use that to market to them, I mean, your job as a salesperson, your job as an entrepreneur is half done by the time you are emailing them or texting them or getting on the phone with them or meeting with them in person. They've given you a ton of information for you to use how to talk to them. So, you know, if I was to call up this person, they would say they're highly qualified, based on some quiz questions. If I was to call up this person, I already know that, oh, I'm talking to Becky Smith. I've got her email address and her phone number. I know basically what the range of her weight is because I asked that in a quiz question. I know how healthy she is. I know what her goal is. I know, you know, what she's tried in the past because I asked all these things in a doggone quiz. So if you are looking for some different marketing methods, those are the 3 right there that I would take a look at. Again, outside of email marketing, outside of cold ad and warm ad targeting, outside of SMS marketing, take a look at running quiz. In this order, if you have the time, go get Thrive Quiz Builder. I think it's like $50 or less. And put that on your WordPress site. Look at ManyChat at manychat.com and building a bot that basically handles people that come to your Facebook page. And then also look at Push Crew, which I actually think has been renamed. And let me look that up for you just to be sure I give you good information. I think Push Crew has been renamed to something else. Let me see. Push Crew is now... what is it? Oh, VWO. Okay. So it's called VWO Engage. I think VWO stands for Visual Web Optimizer. Yeah, you go there, for example, and they've got a series of tools, one of them being Push Crew. It's called VWO Engage, previously labeled as Push Crew, and it's for web push notifications and Facebook Messenger notifications, things like that. So go take a look at those. And if you got some other traffic ideas I did not cover that have worked well for you, do me a favor and drop them in the comments below so anybody else watching this after you can get a good sense of what they can be doing for web traffic. As always, you guys, thanks for watching. Go out there and have a great Thursday, if you will. It's February 20th. We were almost 2 months throughout the year. As always, make sure your marketing goals and your personal goals are on freaking target. And until the next Facebook Live, I will see you next time. Get some stuff done today.